Hi, this is my second version of the Why Vote For Me video. Some people had commented that I didn't put much of my personal policy into the original video, and so this is a new and improved version. So, when you think about voting for someone, what do you need to think about? One thing is, why is the candidate running? Well, for school board, we don't get paid, and it's not a trivial commitment. It's a lot of important work. I have to believe that those of us running want to serve our community, want to make our schools better, want to create a more equitable society, want to give back from our rich blessings. You know the incumbents must feel this way, and so do I. Unfortunately, this means you're not going to be able to, this isn't going to help you choose among us. You could wonder, what are the positions of the candidates? I think that it's safe to say that all 6 of the candidates support the current school board goals. However, we may vary in details of how we think we can work toward those goals. I feel that the board needs to improve its communication with the community and with the faculty and staff. I'm going to ask you to see my video about better board communications on the webpage, as my thoughts get lengthy on the topic. I also think that, absent merging District 65 and District 202, we should make the experience of students and families more consistent. Expectations and curriculum should be better aligned. Supports should be continuous. And communication and relationships with the community should be more transparent and inviting. In addition to the many equity initiatives underway at the high school and in the community, I strongly support the early literacy efforts under the umbrella of Evanston Cradle to Career. I would work with the faith communities of Evanston and, quite frankly, anyone who can help make this effort effective. Finally, you may think about whether the candidates have the time, talent, and background to make a difference. My experience both in the ETHS classroom and as a scientist gives me the skills necessary to bring about change and better interpret outcomes. And let me give you 2 examples. In the 2012-13 school year, I taught both AP Chem Phys and our standalone AP Chem. These 2 groups of students had different backgrounds and training, so I modified what occurred in the classroom to accommodate those differences. Sounds kind of like equity, doesn't it? But how do I know that I did that fairly? One advantage of AP is that there's a standardized test at the end that both groups of students took. When I compared the class grades to the AP grades for both groups of students, there was a very high correlation coefficient. That is, students who did well in class generally also did well on the AP test. Currently, the school boards are trying to do similar things, comparing how grades and subsequent performance on standardized tests match between the 2 school systems and with future success. My classroom experience will help me work with the boards and administrations to better design such efforts and interpret their efficacy. But not all efforts readily lend themselves to such analysis, nor do they necessarily need to. For my general chemistry classes, I hypothesized that I needed to establish good communication and trust with both the students and their families in order for me to help the students succeed in the class. So I arranged to meet with families during the first 2 weeks of class before there were any performance discussions, to open those communication lines and let both the students and families know that we were a team. We had different roles, but the same goal of helping those students attain success in my class. Well, how well did this work? A fair number of families were comfortable contacting me, and students grew to trust that I had their best interests at heart. But beyond that, I can't really tell what impact it had. To me, it was important to do, even if I couldn't prove its efficacy. If elected, I would bring this strategy to the board to discuss whether it fits with a model of better communication and trust building that could be applied further at ETHS. So, if thoughts and efforts such as these examples fit your image of what you'd like the board to do, I assure you that I will continue to explore strategies, both inside the classroom and out, to better help our students, all of our students. I ask that you give me that opportunity. Thank you.